economy is dependent on society. So, in a bigger scale it is environment, a subset within that environment is society, and subset within the society is our economy, and all these three are interrelated. Possibly they will not be able to function if they are not dependent on each other. Now, little bit extending more on this sustainability, that is mostly in the context of corporate sustainability, that how these three dimensions are explained further. So, must be hearing the different jargon those are being used these days. So, possibly we discuss about sustainability, what is sustainable development, but the newest jargon or the different jargon over a period of time, what we keep hearing is that ESG, that is ESG investment, ESG reporting, so which says that environment, social and governance, then CSR, that is corporate social responsibility, then CR, that is corporate responsibility, then green, triple bottom line, 3 E's, 3 P's, these are all the jargon those are being used, and but the end of it what it calls that these are all sustainability. So, it is when you say environment, social, governance, here also they try to see that how you achieve the sustainability, or how we should use what is our corporate social responsibility and how we should use this to achieve the sustainability. Similarly, corporate social responsibility, then corporate social sustainability, then social responsibility, all this green, triple bottom line, at the end of it the achievement what we get, that is the sustainability. So, again bringing this three dimension is that when we say 3 E's or 3 P, so when we say 3 E's, that is economy, environment and equity. When we say 3 P's, this is profit, planet and people. And what are the indicator or what are the variables associated with each of it? When we say economy and profit, typically it is about economic growth, mostly all form of economic growth, jobs, that is the indicator of employment, taxes, products, services available in the market. When you talk about the second E and second P, that is environment and planet, that is eco-efficiency, eco-effectiveness, that brings the variables for the environment and the planet. And in the third one, when we talk about the third E or third P, that is equity and people, and that is employees, community, culture, all these things that comes under the third E and third P. So, mostly the sustainability is about the 3 E's, that is economic, environment and equity. Economy is representing the economic part of sustainability, environment is representing the environment part of sustainability, and equity is representing the social part of the sustainability. Okay. Now, let us see how this different form of capital is again explained through this so called sustainability tool. So, if you remember, when we are trying to define sustainability, we said that this is the control and prudent use of all forms of capital. So, here how this being managed, so the end of it, whether you follow a model of 3E, whether you follow a model of 3P, it is end of the day it is about how do you manage the asset. And what is asset? Asset is nothing but the stock of asset that comes under the different form of capital, that is natural capital, human capital, social capital, financial capital and manufacture capital. So, at the end of it, how the asset management is being done, or how in a bigger sense how the capitals are being managed, the different form of the available capital, how these are being managed, that is all about sustainability. Now, why this concern is there? Typically, why are we worried about the sustainable development on sustainability? We will have more discussion on this when we try to understand why sustainability is important, but at this moment mostly there is a concern because there is a unsustainable environmental and social trend. And why there is a unsustainable environment and social trend? Because we know that the destruction is happening for habitat, there is a resource degradation, resource depletion, then we find that few of the species we do not see at all, because over a period of time you do not find this species anymore. Then there is environmental pollution in the different form, that is air, water and also the land and different kind of the pollution. Then there is a pressure of population, although you will find that in some cases it is being argued that yes, population is somehow, the growth is not happening how it was happening before 50 years, these are the fact, but still there is a pressure of population, and because of our increase in the consumption there is over harvesting, and because there are many more reasons that why there is a concern, but these are few of the trends or few of the trends related to the environment and environmental and social, which leads to the concern of the sustainability. Now because of this concern, the model what we follow at this moment when it comes to the business model or the economic model, it is unsustainable, because we talk more about take, make and waste model. So why we bring a take, make and waste model? Because in take, typically we degrade the nature by physical means, we use up the resources, then we make whatever we wish to make in terms of the products. And why we make more? Because there is a over consumption and we are undermining the people's ability to meet their needs. And what is the end result? End result is that there is an increasing concentration of waste from manufacturing, use and disposal. So what we are doing in this unsustainable model, we are taking the resources, making, sometimes we are doing a over consumption also, and finally we are getting into the waste, and at the end of it we are not doing anything to, mostly in the unsustainable model we are not trying to see that how the waste can be used, because it is more about waste from manufacturing, use and the disposal. Now let us see that how the Brundtland Commission, they have given the definition of the sustainability, but how they have operationalized this. So they have identified 7 strategic imperatives for the sustainable development. This has been taken from Hackett 2006. And what are these strategic imperatives? Reviving the economic growth, and it is not only reviving the economic growth, also it is changing the quality of the growth. Then meeting the essential needs for job, food, energy, water and sanitation, the most basic needs. Ensuring a sustainable level of population, conserving, enhancing the resource base, reorienting the technology and managing risk, merging environment and economics in the decision making. So it is not only about looking at the profit and making a decision for the production, also need to see that how we are, what is the impact on the environment, or how, what possible impact is going to be there for the environment, and then we should make a decision based on the production. And the possible solution, that when we are operationalizing the principle, the sustainable development principle or sustainability principle, from make, take and waste model, we will get into the sustainable borrow, use and return model. So although we have not achieved fully, you will find in a few cases the borrow, use, return models are already started. Now what is this model? This model says that you borrow the resources from the environment rather than take, and they also try for a radical resource productivity, and that way it will create less waste, and whatever we are borrowing the resources from the ecosystem, we should also invest that we create more natural capital.